I want to give a lot of credit to Toledo. Came off of a tough opening part of their season. I thought they came in here ready to play, and I thought they played well. I thought they played hard. I give them credit, give credit to their team and to their staff. They were ready to play today. I felt that, as you hear me say a lot, you can't turn the ball over. We turned it over 4 times, and that doesn't usually lead to good things. I thought we took the opening drive down pretty well, and then we immediately turned it over on the punt return, and then turned it again, and lost some momentum and never seemed to regain it. We had time of possession, 34 minutes to their 25, but when you see a score and you see that, that's kind of telling to you. You know what I mean? That means that they're having big plays. We're grinding it out. We're not getting the ball in the end zone scoring, nor are we probably stopping them in any consistent fashion because they don't have much time. They don't have much time of possession, which means that the ball's getting in the end zone pretty quickly. Obviously, there was 2 short fields. That didn't help. Our total offense was 318. Their total offense was 305. It's pretty much of a wash right there. I think the tail of the game, Bernard had 24 carries for 75 yards. I think Chester had 15 carries for 47, 10 to 20. We had a couple interceptions. I think the tail of the game is in the turnovers, which caused us to play on a long field and them on a short field and force that momentum to swing hard on us. Obviously in that second half coming out, that turnover on that screen play that brought us back into the plus side of the field really hurt us. That was our opportunity to try to retilt momentum. It didn't happen. Like I said, they came in here, they were prepared, they beat us. As I've told you before, we got to, one game doesn't define anything. Just like last week, one game didn't define it, nor does this week. We got to line up. We got to have a great week of practice, get on the road, and get ready to go play Ball State on the road, and take care of our business 1 week at a time. And college football's fragile. I tell the team that all the time. You have to prepare every week. Every week you have to prepare with a chip on your shoulder and with an edge. And if you don't, it can be very humbling deal. So you have to learn that's you have to learn how to play out front a little bit, and that's something I think that we still have work to do on. Any questions?
Steve, is it just as simple as them stacking guys in the box and filling gaps to stop Bernard? Yeah,
I mean, they loaded the box, which created some play action opportunities, and it's not a great mystery. It's kind of what's going to happen. But what happens with all that stuff is when you turn the ball over, you lose possessions, and it takes cracks away from you and opportunities away from you to kind of get going. You get out of the sync, and that happened, in that second series, really quickly. We had a nice first series down the field, came back, turned that ball over on a punt return. They scored, came back in, and we went to throw that play action pass, and we got intercepted, and they had the short field and scored, and that momentum jerked on us right there, and we didn't get that back. And what happens sometimes is you start trying to find those plays in there. Then at that point, it can get a little funky on you in there. So they're loading the box and they're pressing a little bit. Anything else?
Did you notice any different in your team's mindset this week versus when you guys were preparing for Maryland last week?
I don't think that. I think that we talked about it. We felt that we were concerned this week about our preparation. We always talk about having a great Tuesday and a great Wednesday, and there were some distractions here, and we have to. But the thing is, you have to learn how to handle it. That's all part of it, and that's my job. Make sure that you overcome that, and you come out and you play with a great level of execution. And I felt like I always will tell you, you can't turn the ball over 3-4 times, and then of course on the other side you gotta stop them. I mean, you got to get 3 and out and get off that field, man. And you can't let that field position tilt on you.
Coach, how would you assess Chester's performance today?
It's hard for me to say right now. I mean, I got to go watch the tape. I just try not to jump too far out. I saw some things they did that were good. I thought he competed really hard, and obviously I saw some things out there that weren't good. So I got to go back. We got to take a look at that and see where the problems were and why the problems were, and attack it. But I did think that he played with great effort and great passion out there to try to make some things happen. Maybe too hard, but as long as the guy's competing like that, it's our job then to make sure we get him right. And he was competing hard, but we missed a few throws in there, and we've got to be able to make some of those plays.
Was this maybe the shakiest game your offensive line's had?
I can't tell you. I'm not willing to say that. I don't know that. I have to go back and look at that. I'm not sure. At times, at times in the first half, I thought we were really moving them pretty well. And then, towards the halftime, I had a little feeling of maybe that wasn't happening at the same pace. And then certainly coming out in the second half, I felt that way a little bit. But that can be deceiving. And you got to really watch the film to make sure. Is there one breakdown? Is there three breakdowns? What is it exactly that's creating those stressors?
Could you tell if the defense got rattled by being behind for the first time?
No, I can't. I don't know that. I felt like at times it looked like, for whatever reason, we were having a hard time getting lined up in that no huddle quick pace, which we had prepared for against Maryland pretty efficiently. But it appeared to me at times we were scrambling around up front to get lined up, and we let up a couple of big plays. And I guess I would say to you, I felt like momentum got away from us, and we never grabbed it back for a host of reasons. Some of it would be turnovers, some of it would be big plays let up on defense. Some of it would be because of a couple special teams plays, but we never recaptured that momentum. I felt that after halftime we had a good plan to come back out in the second half, but we just didn't not get it going. And that first series, we didn't get anything going, and we really needed to. I think that was a critical series to open up the second half. I don't exactly remember now the sequence of events. I'm pretty sure we were 3 and out, maybe not, but we just didn't really get that thing going real well. So, those are some issues for us. So I need to look at the tape. There was so much going on in the course of that game that I need to see the details of what happened.
It's probably another film question, but it looks like they got a lot of their big plays going to that left, I guess the right side of your defense and their left. That's where a lot of the big plays came from. They're just breakdowns there.
I can't tell you. There's a few bubbles thrown out there that looked like they got some space and got going with them. They had a couple of series where it looked like they kind of, were snapping that ball before we were really locked in, rocking off that ball. It looked to me like a little bit, and there was some surge. But I need to take a look at that. I did not feel that we played our brand of football really today, and that bothers me, and I want to go back and see why. I didn't feel like came out of the blocks pretty quick. It felt great. And, we can't let a turnover that occurred on that punt return spill into what it spilled into. It's one play. They get the ball, they score. Okay, it's one play. And it seemed like feeling like that momentum got away from us at that point, and that was really awfully early for that to happen.
Coach, what do you have to say about fans who are going to draw conclusions from the past 2 games, between the win and the loss? What do you have to say to them about your entire season, I guess?
Well, the entire season's still ahead of you, and we're gonna line up. We're gonna go play Ball State, and our goals always from the beginning. Let's just have a frank conversation here now, okay? We just lost to a Western Division team right now. Our whole season's about winning the East and having an opportunity to compete for the MAC championship. That's all right there in front of us. It's how you handle this right now. It's how you bounce back and how you get back on the road and play. Toledo came in here 1-3, and they came in here, to their credit, and came into Philadelphia and played their butt off. Okay? What we need to do is have a great week, get on the plane, and go play Ball State. One game doesn't make or break your season. What's important right now is how we respond, go on the road, and go play. And that's what we're going to do. There's a lot of football, and every goal that was in the beginning of the season is flat in front of us. It's flat in front of us, every one of them. There's nothing going away, nothing. So it's time now to come back in, get to work, fix what ails you, learn, grow, mature, and develop as a football team and go on the road and go get a win. That's what's going to happen, and that's what we're going to get to work at.
What's the reason for not going to Pierce in the fourth quarter?
Going to Pierce in the fourth quarter. At some point in time in that fourth quarter, we were down however many scores we are. We had to start throwing the ball to get ourselves back in the game. That's just where that is. And, I could go mark the clock or what the score was at the time, but there was a conscious effort at some point in that fourth quarter. We were in 2 minutes, and we needed to get something going. And we needed to throw the ball. That's just the way that was. You can't...